The place was mad, even worse than Wonderland, and that was saying a lot in her opinion. She was considering trying another door when she felt someone grab her and yank her into one of the rooms. If you're running like that, it can only mean one thing, a platinum blonde dressed like the first woman said as she swung Mousy into the room. Here we go. With one smooth motion, she pushed her back onto what turned out to be a child's potty seat. It had a duck's head in front, with handles coming out either side. The woman put Mousy's hands on the handles then stepped back. Now just do your business, Mousy, she said sweetly. Mousy discovered she could not let go of the handles. Neither could she stand up. Also, she suddenly felt the telltale pressures that she was indeed about to do her business. As the woman examined the garments she had removed from Mousy, then praised her for keeping them dry and clean, nature took its course with Mousy. She flushed a deep red. Good girl, the woman said, pulling Mousy forward. Her hands were still stuck to the handle. The woman produced some toilet paper and began to clean Mousy up. Mousy flushed deep red from her head to her toes. She decided that she'd much rather be involved in another game than what was happening. The woman finished and Mousy found she could release the handles. Before she could do anything else, she found she was being put into a pair of training panties. Wait. I don't. Come along, Mousy, the woman said, grasping Mousy and leading her to the sink. She slid around behind her and then forced her to wash her hands. Mousy tried to fight, but it was useless. Good girl, the woman said, pushing Mousy out the door. She directed Mousy through another door, down some stairs, and into a kitchen. She directed her to a chair then pushed her down into it. Now you just wait there and I'll get your meal ready. For now you can have some juice. She put an infant's cup down on the table in front of Mousy. I got to go, Mousy said, getting out the chair and running for the door. Come back here, young lady, or there will be no dessert for you. Fine with me, Mousy told her as she pushed open another door and found herself climbing a long flight of stairs. A door opened on one of the landings. A tall woman wearing a severe suit leaned out. Behind her was a room that looked like a nursery school. Time for school, young lady, she said. Maybe later, Mousy called out as she avoided the woman and continued up the stairs. At another landing, a woman dressed more like a modern nurse stepped out of a door. I hear you are sick, she said, waving a rectal thermometer. I'm fine, Mousy yelled, dodging the woman's grasp as she continued up the stairs. Finally the stairs ended. Just ahead of her was a door. I've got to get out of here, she cried, pushing the door open. She swung about and pushed the door closed behind her, leaning up against it, breathing hard, her eyes closed. I'm going to die, she said softly, gasping for breath. Mousy, finally, she heard a voice. Her head snapped up, her eyes open. Standing in front of her was another woman, wearing the Victorian-style nurse's uniform, though she had a rubber apron over it. I better go, Mousy said, reaching for the doorknob. The woman grabbed her by the arm and pulled her away from the door. Mousy let out a little scream as she was propelled across the room backward. The back of her knees hit something and she fell over onto her back. Fortunately, the surface was soft and yielding and she was not hurt. Now you can't go running away like that, the woman said. We have to take care of you. Mousy tried to get up, but much like the potty seat earlier, she could not seem to move. Now, let's get you ready for your nap, young lady, the woman said. The changing table Mousy had fallen onto seemed to raise up to a higher level, making it easier for the woman to work. She stripped off Mousy's clothing quickly and efficiently, leaving her only in her panties. What's this? The woman said, pulling the panties down Mousy's legs. You've wet these quite thoroughly. That's impossible, Mousy said. It certainly is not, the woman said, pulling the obviously sodden garment from her legs. Well, not to worry. She dropped the wet training panties into the diaper pail where they made a sodden thump. Then she reached under the changing table and produced a diaper.